It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back from incredible young filmmakers who are going to kind of show us the true north of where we're headed to the pinnacle of filmmaking right now. Well, it's got the world in its grips. We are talking about Wicked. It is a massive film that clearly demands a lot of media attention. Will it get the critics' nod? We will find out this morning from Mr. J.P. Sebastian. You seem very thoughtful about this film.
Yeah, no, it's got me in a bind, just personally as well, because it's surprising in some respects. First surprising thing, by the way, is you were talking about like the pinnacle of filmmaking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The director, John M. Chu, previously did Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
It clearly seems like with that kind of clout, it's a bit like what he was able to demand out of the studio for making sets, making the amount of costumes and whatever, where we're all like pretty washed out on CG these days.
Yes.
Old school,
I'm very kind of, what a stupid characterization.
I like that.
I'm very kind of impressed by
Sort
like
of.
what he got away with in terms of like just making tactile real things. So let's have a look at some of those real things.
Let's take it in.
Wicked, which is out tomorrow. Here's a little featurette on what the blood, sweat, tears, and the color and vibrancy that went into the making of the thing with production design, style, and all that business. Have a look. It's very good.
We knew that we wanted Wicked to be immersive. What does it feel like to be in Oz? To feel it in your fingertips. If you want to be inside that world, you gotta build it. We gotta build Emerald City. We gotta build Munchkin Land.
To see all that detail, all of it adds to the things that you can imagine.
A lot of it is real, physical, tangible sets.
We gotta grow 9 million tulips. The good news is the train, which takes 2 days to move because it's 16 tons, is here now.
Come with me.
What?
To meet the wizard.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
The great and terrible.
Once you learn to harness your emotions, the sky's the limit.
This forest is enormous, but it's all in the details. All of this didn't just take production design, it took special effects, it took visual effects. It's pretty mind-blowing to think that it can go from drawings and ideas and a dream to sitting here today.
It's wonderful to be able to touch the space.
And create this world in a way we've never seen it before.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's a pretty sad state of affairs that like 3 grown men are sitting here wide-eyed that you made it, like this table is real because like CG, computer special effects. Guys, can we probably give it a rest? Like we're so, I mean, even in some of the movies we love, but whatever, that's a debate for another day.
Yeah.
But hey, really impressive size.
Exquisite. Well, to put it in perspective, I'm just thinking about that train. So I remember shooting a movie where a tiny little robotic bug had to come in. $270,000. That little kind of purpose-made piece of equipment cost. Can you imagine how much that train cost? Can you imagine how much 9 million?
That Crazy Rich Asian money. Also, he did Step Up 2 and 3, I think. I think that's got a special place in its heart for a lot of people. So the guy's got like background in, well, I suppose, relatively diverse things. But if you want to use the Crazy Rich Asians comparison, I know a lot of people like had their breath taken away in the wedding scene at the end with the flowers and the water.
That was actually really good.
The entirety of Wicked is that like crafted in. I was very impressed with like the detail of the world. So from the smallest thing for it looked like there were a lot of decisions where they were like, well, you know, cool, we made a set, but why don't we just add this little niggle and this little tweak and whatever, and make it look like someone lives there. Kind of.
Make it come alive.
So look, as a start, just on the heels of that featurette that we just saw, that was really impressive. But suppose I've got to give you some background. Everyone's asking about, oh, is she this from Oz?
Yeah, is
Yeah,
this
I
the
actually asked that,
origin
yeah.
story?
Who knows? Like, a lot of us feel like we're going in blind to this. So in 1995, there was a stage play called Wicked.
Yes.
And I think it's based on a book as well from Wicked, which is a spin-off of the 1900 book of The Wizard of Oz. Obviously, the movie itself is from 1939. This is then a prequel to everything from 1939. You'll remember in the original Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West, which Elphaba, which is Cynthia Erivo, plays here, dies at the end of that. And this movie sort of unabashedly starts with the fact that, well, this character
is melting.
Well, I'm melting. Yes. What a world, etc., etc. So it's from that whole world. I don't want to say universe, because fortunately, to its credit, it actually does try to be its own thing. It does sort of, try to stand on its own legs. And again, to its credit, it's not like, a lot of these movies feel like there's got to be a bunch of references. Oh, if we throw back, we can steal some of the prestige. We can steal some of the limelight.
Yeah, we can lean on that.
Of the legacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it had a lot of confidence in the making. So here's the thing. I fully expected to hate Wicked.
I can understand that.
I'm an old grouchy man. You can hear my bones creaking before you. There's so much in social media that was like priming the pump of a lot of critics to be like, oh, you can indicate how much you know about movies by hating this movie, etc. But
sure.
like, when it is a musical, it's pure musical in a lot of respects. Aside from that, okay, got to go back into the musical point real quick. I don't know if I've heard people's lungs before in other musicals. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, where humans have to suck breath and breathe like that. They kept a lot of, like, you can hear the chest working.
Not too sterile.
That's
great.
So it feels very impressive in that respect. Look, aside from that, I have to be real quick. The characters, Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba is not like, snarky, eye-rolling type thing. It feels organic. It feels like it's really well sort of made and designed. Ariana Grande, you're going to be really impressed as a Jim Carrey fan. I feel like she should be in The Cable Guy if they ever did a spin-off of it. She's a great, like, answer to weird.
Kind of wacky and weird. I like that.
I'm not even a stan. I couldn't name one of her songs. I was really impressed. And also for the fact that I thought this was just going to be a cynical pop vehicle that just sells the next album.
Like a PR vehicle,
she has the respect to step back when it's the turn of other actors and whatever. So the whole thing, shame it rushes a bit at the end, but I suppose that's the entire story of it.
Great.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Man. Absolutely lovely.
You sure you love it?
Huh? Sorry, I
you
zoomed
love
out
it.
for a second.
So
Yes,
you love it.
I can clearly say yes, I do. It was very good. I'd give it a number as well. Do you want a number up in control?
Please, man. We're flirting with the positive JP here.
Oh, well, I'd have to give it 8 out of 10. I was prepared for a 4 or something like that. Yeah, and just in case anyone asks, no, I'm not sponsored. Yes, I'm wearing purple and green.
You might be able to get yourself some threads as well. Wow, so it's going to win an Oscar, according to
Possibly.
JP Sebastian. It might just do that. Every joke that I've tried to make about this film seems to be dispelled by just how good it is. But ultimately, you can decide for yourself. It's in the cinemas tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.